Hi viewers, I hope you are fine. Me too, I'm fine. So viewers, today we are going to look at this question because this is a good question, guys. As you can see, it's a complex number question. Maybe I can read it first, then we can continue. Given that z is equals to 2 is a root to the equation z cubed minus 6z squared plus 21z plus x is equals to 0. Roman 1. Determine the value of x. Roman 2. The other roots. So guys, we go ahead and now determine the value of x. So we are told that maybe I could demonstrate it with this paper and then we continue. That the root of the equation is z equals to 2. Like that. Wherever guys we are given the root, we can be able now to modify so that we can have a factor. And what we do is that we now bring 2 on this other side so that we say z minus 2 is equals to 0. Just like in quadratic equation, when we are finding our solution, this is normally the last step. And then this is normally the second last step. And then from there we usually say that z is equals to 2. But remember we come from here, whereby we have 2 factors. This is one of the factor, and then we say that now z is equals to 2. So guys, we are going to use that method. So guys, we come and say z is equals to 2. And therefore the factor that brings about the root 2 is supposed to be z minus 2, of which this one is supposed to be equal to 0. So together with other factors, guys, if you multiply them together is when now you get that. So now guys, we need now to divide this z minus 2 we divide this by z minus 2 for us to be able to get the factors. So guys, that is exactly what we are going to do. And such kind is a polynomial with 3 solutions. One of the solutions is already given. Then we have other 2. So now we come and divide here z minus 2. We write it there. Now we are dividing that. That is z cubed minus 6z squared plus 21z plus x. Now this is what we are dividing by this for us to get the other factors we are looking for. So that from the factors we shall now be able to get the other roots. So guys, the first thing we do, we look for a number that if I multiply, it will give me z cubed. And obviously that guys is going to be z squared. So z squared multiplied by z, you will get z cubed. And then z squared multiplied by negative 2, you get negative 2 z squared, like that. Then when we come here guys, this one now will be 0 now. For that, even for these guys, it's going to be 0. So this is what guys now we are now going to subtract, and we see what is our remainder. So we come and subtract this, that is 0, subtract negative 6 minus minus 2. That gives us minus 4z squared. Then plus 21 minus 0. That gives us plus 21z. And then here we have x minus 0. That gives us plus x. So guys, we continue. Look for another number that if I multiply by z, I'll get exactly negative 4z squared. So that number is now going to be minus 4z, like that. So I now put my 4z here, minus 4z squared. Then you have plus 8z. That is minus 4z multiplied by minus 2. We get plus 8z. And finally here guys, we will get now 0. Because there is no other number to multiply with the 4z. We continue now from there. We look for, we minus now, from there we get 4z squared minus 4z squared, that is 0. Then 21 minus 8, that one guys, we are going to get 13z. Like that. And then here we are now going to get x. Guys, we are not over. We look also for another number. If I multiply with z, I'll get 13z. And obviously, guys, that is going to be 13. So here we are going to have plus. Plus 13. So this one will now be 13z minus, this one now is going to be minus 26. So guys, after that, this one we are going to get 0. Like that. And then guys, when we come here, because there is no other way we can add a number here, because if we add a number, even a constant, and we multiply by z, we shall be left with z, yet already we have finished, and now we don't have anything. So obviously guys, this has to be 0. This one has to be 0. And because of that, guys, now we are going to look and see what brings 0. We have x like that. Now minus, because this one was brought about by minus, then we shall say minus 26, like that. This one gives us now 0. So this is x plus 26 gives us 0, and therefore x is going to be negative 26. So guys, that is our solution for x. And now let's go to the second question, and that was the first question, guys. We have been able to answer that. Determine the value of x. That is the value of x. Let's now go to the roots. Guys, we have already found the number that is dividing. This is the number that we find that consists of the other factors that bring about this solution, the solution that is qualified for this solution. So in this z squared minus 4z plus 13 contain another two factors. That is z squared minus 4z plus 13 equals to 0. And the reason why, guys, we write always equal to 0 is because it is also a factor. So now we come and now solve that equation. This one we will solve by use of quadratic formula, which now says minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So that's what we are going to use, guys. Our b here is negative 4, so we shall have now 4, because already 4 has a negative and this is a negative, then the negatives will cancel. We shall have 4 plus or minus square root of b squared, which is now 16, minus 4. A is 1 and C is 13. So we shall have that, guys, divide by 2, because our A here is 1. So guys, from there now, it's going to be 4 plus or minus, we calculate that, and that is going to give us, let's see, it's going to be 4 times 13. 4 times 13 gives us 52. So guys, we are going to have 16 minus 52. That is 16 minus 52. And that gives us negative 36. This is square root 36 all over 2. Negative. So guys, that now brings us to the question of this number being now a complex number. And so this is going now to be 4 plus or minus, you say square root of 1 negative 1 square root of 36. So that is how that number can be written. And now guys, because we know what it means, square root of negative 1 is actually j, which is a complex number. And so guys, we are now going to have, we can now do it like this. 4, instead of writing plus or minus, I write plus first, j, which is square root of 1, and then we have square root of 36 is 6, all over 2. All 4 minus j square root of 36, which is 6, divided by 2. So guys, finally, this is our solution. We are going to have, for the first one, we will have 2 plus 3j. When we divide 2 by 6, divide 4 by 2, 6 by 2. Or 2 minus 3j. So guys, here is our solutions. So the solutions we have is 2 plus 3j, or This is not or but and. Can actually write and, but we can leave it like that, guys. But it's either that, or we have even z is equals to 2. Or okay. And so, guys, that is our solution. And thank you for listening to me. Bye bye.